And we're back again after kind of a massive fuck up, gotta tell you. You guys have no idea what just happened, but it was massively embarrassing.
For him.
We'll explain later, but we had a big weekend of football. Awesome. Maybe the best slate of games we've seen so far. Craziest weekends. Historical comeback. Smallest point differential maybe ever. I don't know. I didn't check that one out. And also the World Cup happened and we didn't really care, but Argentina won, so screw them. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World.
So before any of you get mad at me at, not caring about soccer,
Football.
Soccer, I said in the British way, so it counts. It still counts. Anyway,
I just call it association football.
Yeah,
I
didn't watch any single World Cup game. I watched one accidentally because it was at a bar while I was there, and I was pissed off because I knew that Mexico wasn't going to go anywhere because they didn't take the two best Mexican players out there. So screw them. And since they weren't going to go anywhere, I didn't really care. And also, again, I heard a lot of people were really upset at the Argentina thing because of the Mexico coach. So I'm kind of pissed at Argentina too. And I've just never really cared for France in general. So it's one of those things that it's like, you know what? Not for me. Not this World Cup. Maybe in 4 years I'll change my mind because it's going to be here. It's going to be in Mexico. It's going to be in Canada. It's going to be in the US. So
I'm just upset that we have to talk about the World Cup again. We were done with it.
Yeah, so basically, and this is a lot more interesting in the World Cup. Basically, I fucked up. We were recording, and I can hear myself in my headphones. So I was like, all right, everything's going fine. And Eric miraculously looked at the screen, and it's like, hey, there's no levels there.
I was looking at the mic.
We were already talking. We had such, high quality content.
Best shit ever.
Funniest jokes ever. The most obscene stuff.
And then Dario started getting into this weird racist rant.
There was nudity in there, and well, it depends on the race,
It's crazy. Well, we were talking about Argentina and France and all that.
Yeah, fuck those guys. That's just xenophobia. That's good old.
I just hate everybody.
Yeah, it's normal. It's understandable. They hate us too.
Yeah,
talk about the two most snottiest countries ever.
Yeah.
Like, hey, American, you disgusting. I stick my nose up at you. And then Argentinians, they're just like terrible servers. And so I've been there. They are terrible. I've been to both countries technically. So
I don't think France counted.
We didn't want to, for a reason. Anyway, so we were talking football. Yeah, historical comeback, the greatest comeback in NFL history. We'll talk about the game. It was also, like I mentioned before, the shortest or the smallest point differential maybe in history. Like the game with the largest point differential came on Monday Night Football between the Rams and the Packers, 24-12. So 12 points is the biggest point differential in 16 games. That's crazy. So there's more games than point differential. Like that's insanity. And
there was no bye week. It's all the things.
Yeah, it tells you, how close this league is getting. Because even games that you thought, these dudes are dead in the water, like the Texans against the Chiefs. Like, it's gonna be a blowout. It wasn't. It was.
It made me very happy.
Yeah, very happy. It was. They gave him quite a scare. Also, sad news, very sad news. I'm sorry to say this. This one's not live, and I don't know when we're gonna do our next live podcast because it's the holiday season and I'm moving, so it's very complicated. The reason why we recorded this on a Tuesday is because tomorrow I have to go see a house. So it's we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a little bit complicated, but we'll figure it out. I'm also, just in case you guys care, I will be doing my annual review of the best geek movies of the year, and I'll be giving you my list of the ones that I think are going to be the best for next year, so you can keep I'm gonna do that again. Probably gonna do also a year-end review.
What was your biggest L on that one? Was it Suicide Squad, the first one?
Ever?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the biggest.
That was a pretty big fucking
That's
L.
the biggest L in my entire life. I don't think I failed at anything worse than that.
Probably just your fantasy football this week.
Oh yeah, another even sadder news.
Eesh.
I'm dead in fantasy football.
Eesh.
It was brutal, and I was projected to win. So bitch.
Shit.
So bitch.
Unbelievable.
At least listen, my boy Herbie let me down, but he got the W, so I get to wear the Chargers jersey again. So you know what? It's one of those. It's bittersweet. So it's like I'm happy that at least the Chargers are in it. But, it sucks losing because, losing sucks.
And in my case, the Chargers are winning, and I'm still in it, baby.
Go fuck yourself.
Moving to the cool... is it quarter or semis?
I have no
semis,
idea.
right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, if I win this, I go to the Super Bowl. Ooh, baby. Let's go. Give me the money. Let's go.
I hope that the Chiefs clinch this week and then they bench Travis Kelce. And Pacheco.
Would they do that?
Yes. I hope they do. Anyway, we also have a competition going on. We're basically, for those of you who are listening for the first time, we pick a game every single... We make predictions on every single game, and if we get the game right, we get a point. So we've been doing that all throughout the season. And actually, if you add it up, we're not doing that great. But overall, it's been fun. We also have a couple of listeners.
Are we above 500?
I don't know. I don't really want to think about it. We also have a couple of listeners join us, and so far, at the end of the season, we're going to make a bet. We don't know what the bet is, and it's still close enough where I think it could be relevant to make the bet. But anyway, last year we did a slap bet. We might just do that again. I don't know. But so far, here are the standings. Eric is in first place with 136. I am at second place with 134. So I'm right there. Right there. I got a lot closer than I was a week ago, so at least 1 point closer. Third place, it's Gus. You are at 129. Fourth place, David, 116. And all the way at the end is God, which is basically the coin flip, at 106. So we're at least better than random. All right? Last year, we did terribly. We do not know shit about fuck.
God's being a clown.
This year, I think we know a little bit about fuck. Just a little bit. Enough so it's not embarrassing. But anyway, let's get into breakdown of the games. First off, we start 49ers, Seahawks, Thursday Night Football.
Seahawks are dead.
They're out of the playoffs, aren't they? They're done? You think they're out of there?
It feels like it. It's like the Jets. They feel gone.
All right, fair enough. On the other hand, the 49ers, they're looking good. That Purdy boy, he's on a winning streak.
It's those Shanahan offenses, man. Like, you don't need a star quarterback to make that thing work.
Yeah, and they are getting hot at the right time. They're on a winning streak. I don't think it's been a particularly easy schedule. And so they've been showing up. They've been winning. It was
they still have a rather tough schedule, if I remember.
I don't know. We'll check it out later if you want. You can check it out while I'm doing this. You got your phone. Yeah, you can do that. And so I think at this point, the hottest team in the NFC is the San Francisco 49ers. Like, that's the one team I would not want to face. And I know that the Eagles have a better record, but Jalen Hurts, he just got hurt. So who knows? It's supposed to be kind of like a light injury, but, also...
But officially, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Also, they're going to get a bye week. And Eric, what do we know about bye weeks?
They suck. They suck after the bye week.
It's bad for you. Basically, your franchise is dead. Once you get a bye week, you're done.
Because your limbs freeze, and it's cold.
You don't want that.
It's cold.
Yeah, you don't want that. Well, anyway, what's the schedule?
Oh, yeah. They got the Commandos, the Raiders, and the Cardinals.
Yeah,
so never mind.
Yeah, it's an easy schedule. Next.
Commanders is probably the hardest.
Probably. Next, we got the biggest comeback in NFL history. The Vikings surviving.
And thank God it didn't happen against the Chargers.
The Indianapolis Colts. Son of a bitch. This game was wild. Like, I remember it was halftime. The Colts were like 30 points up. I was like, motherfucker, because I have Dalvin Cook in my fantasy, and I have Thielen. And I was like, oh, well, I'm dead. Like, this is definitely, I'm not going to make it. This sucks.
Which he ended up being right about that.
Well, it's because the other team did really good. Yeah. And so, I don't mind, I don't mind losing when the other team...
You were in the fight. Listen,
I don't mind losing when the other team does really good. I mind losing when my team stinks.
What really hurt is you were playing Herbie against Mahomes.
Yeah, that really sucked. Fucking Texas. Anyway, so the Vikings, dude, they're starting to come together. Like, you don't want to be in a situation where you're down by 30, but if you're able to do a comeback like that, that could be a turning point for your franchise.
I was asking myself, if I was a Vikings fan, do I feel good about this or not? Especially at this point of the season, They
got the W.
I know, but I feel like right now the Vikings are a team that doesn't really make it past the divisional round.
Listen, the Vikings lost against the Lions last week, right?
Yeah.
And so this week, it looked like we were going to lose again, but they got their shit together. And that's all that matters. They got their shit together. It was actually kind of like prime time for them.
Against the Colts.
Doesn't matter. Actually, it might be better because it's a rally moment. Now they always have this in the back of their heads. We're never out of it. We keep fighting. We keep going as hard as we can.
Also, I do like that Matt Ryan is now involved in 2 of the biggest choke jobs in the history of the NFL.
Definitely. There's a picture of of why they lost, and it's one of the defensive linemen for the Vikings, and he's kind of like trying to tackle Matt Ryan, but he's got his hand in his ass and like one finger's going up his butt.
So he was oil checking him?
Yeah, no. So it was one of like the 1,000 years of death. So like, no wonder he won. That's the most destructive jutsu of all time. So, there you go. That's how they did it.
Oh, man.
Next, we got the Ravens losing to the Browns. So
third string quarterback with the Ravens. Low score.
Yeah, wasn't interesting.
Kind of predictable.
Very boring. But this doesn't look good for the Ravens.
Lamar's coming back next week, I think, though, right?
He might. I don't know. Freaking NFL coaches lie. Like, for example, Bill Belichick was saying, yeah, Stevenson, he's not going to play. And then all of a sudden, he's on the fucking field. I had him on my bench. He did like over 20 points. But anyway.
It would have been funny if he lost because of that.
That would drive me nuts. But next, we got the Buffalo Bills.
Great game.
Beating the Miami Dolphins. Great game. Turning, what was it? What do you call it? Like back and forth game, divisional rivalry, basically for the top of their division. The Dolphins are a really, really bad spot right now.
They're in a slump, but I'm going to say they shouldn't feel that bad about this one.
They lost 3 in a row.
I know, but this one was really close. It was in Buffalo. They played really well. It was a really good game. Yeah. It's just the Bills are hot.
Yes.
Hot.
Here's the problem, though. Now, for them, if they
they had the fans throwing snowballs.
If they see the Bills again in the postseason, they're going to go through Buffalo.
Yeah.
So again, Miami has a massive home field advantage. Who knows why? People can't play in freaking Miami. But losing this one, it's a tough one. And again,
is it because it's a party town?
I don't know. It's a 3-game losing streak. This is not bode well for even their playoff chances. I think they're at the bottom, I think. They're still in it, but
Chargers are at 6, Ravens are at 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not an easy schedule, is my point. All right?
I think the Patriots can still get them out of there.
Yeah, let me see the Dolphins schedule real quick, because they still have divisional games. So they're up against the Packers, Patriots, and Jets. So either one of those could actually get them out.
Yeah.
So they need to get their shit together pronto. And I think the most difficult one out of those 3 is probably the Patriots, because it's the one it's another away game. So we'll see.
Also, the Patriots can always steal a game from them.
Yeah. Next, we got the Bears and the Eagles in kind of an interesting matchup. It was a lot closer than I expected.
Dude, Justin Fields played freaking pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you see that freaking run play where it seemed like he was going to die like 10 times?
Yeah.
He's just like, how about no? Yeah, how about I do a little spin? A little spin
like
route?
After that game, if I'm a Bears fan, I'll be like, oh, the franchise is looking pretty good. Things are looking fine. Whoops, I forgot to do this. And so it's not looking that bad. The Eagles, on the other hand, your quarterback got injured. So now you got to think. I'm 2 games on top of the number 2 seed. Do we bench Jalen Hurts for this one?
I certainly hope so, because I go against them this week in fantasy.
You lucky son of a bitch.
I wouldn't say that, because I already played where I'm going against my cousin, and this season I already went against him when it was Philadelphia's bye week. I got obliterated. Still.
That's right. Yeah. How the hell are you still in the playoffs? You got terrible luck this season.
Listen, I'm like the Chargers, man. That's what it is.
Like last week you had like a score of 40 points and you won?
Yeah. It's the only game I could have won was against that opponent.
Yeah, son of a bitch. Next, we got the Lions beating the Jets. That was a close one.
Dogs.
Really close one. Both teams did really well. Honestly, the Jets kind of fucked up at the end massively, but they were in control for a really long time. I really like the Jets. They need to solve their offense. It's a big, massive problem. But the Lions managed to pull out another win. They're on a hot streak.
I don't like the Jets because them being bad makes Larry David funny. But I love me the Detroit Lions right now.
Yep.
I think they're absolute dogs. They went from 1-7 to 7-7.
Dude, when's the last time that they had a 50-50 record? And I think their next game is relatively. Actually, you know what's funny? I think the Lions are like right now they're the hope killers. Because, all right, the Jets were kind of, maybe I'm going to get it, you're out. Oh, or probably out. Next day, the Panthers. The Panthers might get it, you're going to probably be out. The Bears done, and the Packers are done. So
Packers technically still alive.
Yeah.
Based on the results this week.
yeah. So it's funny because of that. Like, oh, look at that. They kicked 2 teams out of the playoffs. That's really funny. But Detroit's looking good. If you're a Detroit fan right now.
We've always known Detroit is a killer of hope.
Of course. Definitely. If you're a Detroit fan right now, things are looking pretty good over there.
I'd be very happy
Also,
with the team.
honestly, if you're in New York, the Jets are looking really good. They've lost some pretty close matches, but once, they get their offense together, that defense is great. I mean, great.
If I was in New York, my team would be the Bills.
Fair enough. Next, we got the Steelers. What happened to the Panthers, man? I thought the Panthers were dogs. All of a sudden, nothing. Losing against the Steelers? Trubisky? What the hell?
I guess it was just a meme for a couple of weeks.
Do you think Tomlin reaches a winning record?
I think I said that.
You think he'll reach the winning record?
I think I said that at some point. Yeah.
All right, right now they're 6-8. There's 3 games left. You think the Pittsburgh Steelers?
What are the games?
All right,
come on.
Pittsburgh Steelers go up against the Raiders, the Ravens, the Browns. You think they end up with a winning record? They have to beat all 3. What do you think? I say no.
Yeah, fuck it.
You say yes?
Yeah.
Fair. Double points.
What? No.
So 2 more points?
No.
1 point?
Yeah, how about no?
How about nah?
How about go fuck yourself?
Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs barely surviving the Texans. I don't know what the fuck's happening to the Chiefs, but I love it. They are not the Chiefs of last season or 2 seasons ago. They look very mortal.
Dude, also the Texans defense, they were beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like, they were showing highlights this week of like, they were not fucking around. They were literally throwing like fucking spine busters and suplexes and shit.
Teams that got nothing to lose, man.
It was like, fuck it. Why don't I just kill them? They watched the podcast.
They did. They're paying attention.
They're like, oh, why don't we just kill the other team?
It's like, oh, we're allowed to do that?
Yeah, fuck it.
We're gonna get fired anyway.
We don't have a future in the NFL.
So yeah, I mean, I don't particularly know what to do with this. Like, are the Texans good, or did the Chiefs, lower their guard? I mean, they still won at the end.
The Texans kind of showed some fire last week too, so maybe they're starting to figure a little shit out late in the season.
Maybe we'll see. Next, we got the Falcons losing against the Saints.
Red Rocket
got the victory. The Falcons choked. Next,
Red Rocket was my favorite player because he said, "Fuck the Falcons."
The upset of the weekend. The Cowboys losing to Clown Town. That's the biggest upset of the weekend. You're thinking about it. This is the biggest upset of the weekend.
I think it was actually Titans Chargers.
Seriously? That's the biggest upset?
I feel like most people had the Titans.
No, most people have the Cowboys. Look at these teams' records. It's a 10-4 team. Well, it was a 10-3 team against a 5-8 team. Like, that's crazy. Look at the Titans have the exact same record as the Chargers.
Yeah,
do you even know what upset means?
Well, I was upset about it.
Anyway, things starting to look good in Clown Town. They're alive for the playoff hunt. They might actually beat out the Titans. It's crazy. And actually, here's the thing. The Jaguars right now are in control of their playoff hopes. Because if they win out, the last game of the season is against the Titans. So they'll have the tiebreaker. So if they win their next 3 games, they would be tied with the Titans. That's assuming that the Titans keep winning, by the way. And so they'd be tied with the Titans, and so they would automatically go into the playoffs.
The Jaguars are getting hot at a great time.
So, question.
In a relatively weak
question again. You think the Jaguars make the playoffs? Is it the Titties or the Jaguars? I'll show you.
Let's see the schedule. Let's see the schedule.
See the schedule. So first off, the Titans.
We know one of them is between them.
The Titan goes against Texans, Cowboys, Jaguars. All right?
That's not as easy to guess now.
No, it's a difficult one. It's actually pretty difficult. And the Jaguars, Clown Town, faces the Jets, the Texans, and the Titans.
Why does it feel like the Texans could steal one of those games?
I don't know. I think it's more likely
It's divisional.
Listen, the Texans are more likely to steal it against the Titans than against the Jaguars because the Jaguars are really good in their division.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So the Jets one, I think the hardest game is the Jaguars Jets, which is this weekend. Which is crazy to think that a Jaguars Jets game is actually worth something. It should be fun to watch. It's insanity. It's wild. It's madness.
I love this season.
It's a great season. Also,
Dude, these writers are doing a phenomenal job.
Dude, they're bringing up all the crappy Z characters. Like they're going up. They're making them rough. They're giving them good storylines. It's like this is like Yamcha being like in his own freaking arc and actually being pretty good. Yeah. It's madness. Like the Lions facing the Panthers is an interesting game. Both teams still have playoff hopes. It's wild. It's insanity.
I'm liking it.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, yeah. What the fuck happened to the Cowboys? Is it the NFC's just weak in general?
I don't know. I think the Cowboys are just really good at choking.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Or the Jaguars, they got their shit together.
Jaguars have gotten their shit together.
Like, let's
but the Cowboys also lost last week.
They
right?
beat the Titans 36-22. They lost against the Lions because the Lions are dogs. They beat the Ravens 27-28. The Chiefs, beat them, but they beat the Raiders. They lost to the Broncos. So who the hell knows what the Jaguars are? But it sounds like they're starting to get their shit together at least for 2 games in a row.
And I'm liking it.
Yeah, it's fun football.
Clown Town, let's go.
Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals just being destroyed by the Broncos in a game that I don't really understand what the fuck happened. I mean, Colt McCoy, I get it. You don't have your starter Kyler Murray, and also the freaking what's his name, Russell Wilson.
He was out.
He was out too. So you would think that both teams without their starters, the one who would do better was probably Colt McCoy because Colt McCoy's actually played some. But no, the Broncos, Brett Ripien, he actually did more points. It's crazy. I don't get it.
Maybe he's a dog.
I don't know, but yeah, the point
Russell QB2?
Maybe. I mean, at this point, I think this guy's won the same amount of games as he does. So we'll see. We'll see.
Ouch.
How bad is Russell's injury? I just want to know. Because I kind of want him to be back against the Chargers.
He was on a concussion thing.
Yeah. Start in week 16. So
is that good news for them?
I don't know. Let's see where they're facing. Let me see.
I think the last game was good Chargers.
Yeah. They're up against the Rams. So
very weak team.
And then the Chiefs, Chargers.
Not the weakest team.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. The point is, this game,
maybe the Chiefs will kill them.
Maybe, but it's 2 teams that don't really matter at this point. Next, we got the Raiders in a wild, incredible finish against the freaking Patriots. Mainly, not because the Raiders won. Mainly because the Patriots did something massively stupid.
Maybe because Bill Belichick has just murdered Jacoby Myers.
Dude, also Stevenson. Like, what the fuck were they thinking?
Stevenson was fine. I mean, they were trying to do a fucking one of those plays where it's like, the time is off.
But dude, I mean, they could have just, he could have just gone down. You go to overtime. It's fine.
But I could see Stevenson being like, all right, he actually moved quite a bit. Like, he got all the way to like their 40.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, maybe we have a shot here.
Maybe.
Like, even like worst case scenario.
Listen. I agree that the big idiot here is Myers.
By a lot.
He ran 10 yards in the wrong direction and then threw the ball at their best defensive player. Well, no, not the best. It's like to defensive lineman.
It was Chandler Jones.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? Who was he throwing it to? Mac Jones? What is Mac Jones gonna do with the ball?
He confused the Joneses.
Yeah.
Actually, we were wondering because Mac Jones hadn't made a pass. So if he threw it back to Mac Jones, could he still throw the ball? Or is that when it's past the line of scrimmage, you can no longer throw it?
I have no idea, but I would assume you can't throw the ball at that point.
I would assume it too. I don't know if it's been done.
Well, no, here's the thing. I know that in order for it to be a lateral, it has to be behind you. At least it would have to be parallel or behind you.
Yeah.
That means that you can't throw it forward when you're running, right?
No. But what I mean is, if Jacoby Myers had thrown it to Mac Jones, that would have been behind him.
That's apparent there.
So the ball has not been thrown forward this entire play.
No, because it's already a running play. You've already passed the line of scrimmage.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
once it's past the line of scrimmage, you can no longer throw it.
You can only throw it to the side or back. That's it. Imagine that. Like, otherwise, what, a freaking a wide receiver's just gonna, do like a jet sweep and then throw it all the way to the other end? That doesn't make any sense.
No, if he threw it back.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying?
Like, I'm not saying a wide receiver can throw it forward after the line of scrimmage. I'm saying once the ball is past the line of scrimmage, it can no longer be thrown forward. Right?
I don't know.
Even if it's thrown back behind the line of scrimmage.
No, because
Mac Jones was behind the line of scrimmage.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. Again, usually the Patriots take advantage of the situation because they make other teams stupid. This one is just, wow. Honestly, I would not be surprised if that man is dead. Like, he had a car accident or something. I don't know.
It's like, oh, he was in Raiders Town, it was an accident.
Yeah, it's Las Vegas. It was Devontae Adams.
Also, not gonna lie, they did kind of have they did get a little cheated because of that freaking the toe thing in the end zone that wasn't actually a touchdown.
Yeah, but
it's kind of funny that it's against the Patriots.
Yeah. Also it's good for the Chargers. It's one of those things that, like, listen, if anybody asked me, I would do the right thing, but right now I'm not complaining.
And this is about a Raiders win.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, all right, actually, I was rooting for the Raiders because I needed them to beat the Patriots. So
I was just kind of happy seeing them kill each other.
It's always fun. Yeah. Next, we got the Chargers beating the Tennessee Titans, winning their first consecutive game in a row. Like, this is the first 2 games in a row they won in the entire season.
For a second there, I thought it was Derrick Henry chasing Herbert. I'm like, Herbie, get out of there!
Run!
He a bad man.
Yeah, he'll eat ya. He'll eat ya.
Throw the ball, Herbie.
He's a scary Ninja Turtle man. This game was really good. The Chargers did not look good. Their offense, but again, the Titans have a good defense, I think, overall.
I'd say the Chargers look fine.
No. Listen, there's a massive
There's a difference
problem
between good and fine.
Listen,
all right.
listen. I give a lot of shit to Staley when I think he does dumb stuff, and sometimes when he does good stuff, I have to praise him for it. This one, at the end of the game, the Chargers, they're at the defense. It looks like the Titans were gonna score, and so he kept calling timeouts at the end. I hated it. I was like, you don't call, you bet on your defense, but. So I hate it every single time they tell, because to me it's like you're quitting on that drive. You're like, all right, you're assuming they're gonna score. You're gonna let him score. I don't like it. I
liked it because I knew he was right.
He ended up being right. He ended up putting the ball in the right. So credit where credit's due. I didn't like it.
Fuck you. Listen, you think that fucking someone like Derrick Henry, they're not gonna be able to push it through?
I don't know, but to me it's like
against this run defense. You kidding me?
Yeah, to me it's like, dude, I don't like it. Like, instinctually, as a gut feeling, I don't like it, but he ended up being right. So credit's due. You were right. You got the victory. Good for you. Now let's talk about the play calling.
It's like when he goes for the 4th down and it works,
Let's go for the play calling. This team just is too fucking conservative for its own good. Like, I hate seeing the checkdowns. I hate it. Because they don't seem to be playing to score. They seem to be playing for that first down, which is fine. You need to move the ball and all that stuff. But you kind of need to.
I'm cool with that. With like for the first half of the field,
Well, to me, it feels like, looking at the game, it feels like the play calling. It's like they're trying to hold Herbie back. Like, when Herbie lets loose, you see it, and it gets crazy and it gets wild and it's exciting. And he does all these amazing plays, but the play calling never allows for that most of the game. And it's only when they're desperate. And it's like, dude, do that more. Like, you need to, all right, fine, you need to keep him in check, whatnot, but you also kind of need to let him loose a little bit so that the team keeps, and so you actually score more points, and you don't have to be at this point in this situation where you have to move the ball and you don't have any timeouts at the end of the game, and put it all on your kicker who you hired this season.
Hey, Dicker the kicker's the man.
Dicker's doing good. He got the game ball. So
I feel bad about Hopkins.
He went out like a king.
Literally, like he gave his body for a win, and he's gonna get replaced as the kicker.
Yeah, Dicker's too much fun.
He's winning. Like, that's just how it goes. What do you do? It's like with the Tyrod situation where it's like Tyrod didn't do anything wrong, but this is how it goes.
Yeah.
You know? Sorry.
Dude, also, that freaking that interception at the end of the first half, fucking crazy. The Titans. You see that interception?
I did. I also found it. My dad and I actually started watching because he said it was. Oh no, that was a forward pass, and I'm like, no. This is like that one old school ass game.
This is an alley-oop.
No, it's like where there's a game. Fuck, I already forgot. No, it's the Tennessee, the Music City Miracle. Where the quarterback, it seems like he throws it to like forward, and then the guy just runs and scores a touchdown, and everybody's like, what the fuck? But it's because of his position, his body was like this, and the receiver caught it like that, and it was like a perfect fucking lateral pass. It was the same thing here, where it was like he did a perfect lateral.
Well, to me, here's the thing. That was never a catch. It was kind of like it was a deflected ball. So the guy deflected the ball into the end zone.
I was wondering if, since his feet had not touched the ground, that was not a catch yet, right?
That was not a catch.
Which made me wonder, can NFL players do alley-oops?
They just did. You saw them do it.
But let's say Herbie threw it to Eckler, and then Eckler jumped. While he was in the air, could he throw it forward?
You know what? That's a question.
Right? Because that's not a catch yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big risk. You have to. Dudes can barely throw it, standing still and not being killed. You think a freaking running back is gonna throw it that way?
But imagine when we had freaking Antonio Gates.
Listen,
basketball player.
If there's one team that I think might be able to do it, it would be the Saints, because they have two quarterbacks on the field at the same time. But I don't know.
And Hill can do anything. So
yeah. So I don't know, but it's fun to watch. And the Chargers are now in control of their own destiny. They're sitting comfortably on the 6th spot. And from this point out, this was the hardest game left on their schedule. So if they've won 2 tough games in a row, and now the rest of their schedule
they
is
got the
not...
Colts, Rams, and Broncos. And these all feel like trap games.
They feel like it. Especially the Colts.
I do not... I'm not sure I trust them to win all 3 of them.
I don't think they have to.
They should.
They should, definitely. But I don't think they have to. And at this point, it's like, let's see the playoff standings. So let's just see this real quick. So
I mean, we can finish off the
all right, you want to watch that?
let's finish off the
so
games.
Let's move on. Next, we got the Bengals doing a massive comeback against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know what happened to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They started off looking really hot, and then all of a sudden they just imploded. But the Bengals, still hot.
Still dogs.
Getting those W's is the only thing that matters. So
Tampa's still in. They're still in the playoffs.
Yeah, because I think every team in only the Saints won in the NFC South.
They can still win. They can make the playoffs.
It's still wide open. Next, we had the very boring Giants versus the Commanders game, where unfortunately the Giants won. I
liked it. It was just kind of ref ball for most of it.
Yeah, the refs kind of ruined it. I don't know.
There was one play where. So McLaurin was McLaurin was on the line of scrimmage, and he turns to the ref and he does like this thing because he's asking him, "Am I good?" And the ref goes, "Yeah, you're good." And then when the play starts, he calls a false start. He's like, "McLaurin." Like, what the fuck's going on? What?
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Maybe he was saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna flag you."
No, he was like, "Oh, I thought he was saying I'm doing a good job."
He's like, "Oh, Merry Christmas." Yeah,
good, you're good.
Yeah, you're really good. Except for this flag you're about to get.
Oh, you have a thumb. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But like I said, the Commanders played the Giants back-to-back, and there was a bye week in the middle. If you can't beat the Giants back-to-back, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. So fuck them. Get them out of here. Let's have Lions football. Next, we got
I cannot believe that sentence at all.
It's true. We got the Packers beating the Rams. Baker, he's starting to Baker. He doesn't look that good anymore. Again,
the team's dead, all right. Like, there was no point.
The
Packers are playing.
They don't have Aaron Donald. They don't have Stafford. They don't have who is it?
By the beginning of this, your Cooper Cup.
Was Robinson even playing? I don't think Robinson was even playing.
I don't know. Has he even been playing?
I don't know. See.
The Packers, by the time this game started, they knew they were still alive. So
yeah. It's one team actually has something to fight for, the other one doesn't. So there you go.
Also, it's an LA team in Lambeau.
Yeah. So there you go. Those are all the games.
This was the biggest point differential the entire week.
12-24. Packers win.
Hot damn.
So let's check out the playoff picture here real quick. Let's make this a little bit bigger for you.
Congratulations to the clinched
teams. We got, all right, so in the AFC, the Bills.
First, let's pay our respects for the dead teams.
All right, so out of it. Completely out of it.
Thank you for coming.
Dead. You got the Houston Texans, the Chicago Bears, the Denver Broncos, the LA Rams, and the Arizona Cardinals. So the Chargers faced two of those teams.
So officially, my prediction that the Broncos were winning the Super Bowl?
Dead.
I don't like the odds.
No, it's not good.
What was yours at the beginning?
I think I had the Bucks.
It could. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I think
so. It's in the playoffs.
Right now.
Brady playoffs. You never know.
You never know. Anyway, so those are the teams that are dead. Now the teams that have clinched. In the AFC, you got the Buffalo Bills sitting at number 1 and the Chiefs sitting at number 2, both at 11-3. However, the
Bills got the tiebreaker.
The Bills have a tiebreaker against the Chiefs, and I think the Bills have a way harder schedule than the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a pretty easy schedule in the rest of the season, but you never know. On the NFC side, you have the Eagles, who've clinched. They're at 13-1. You got the Vikings, 11-3. You got the 49ers, 10-4, and the Cowboys, 10-4. So, over here in the, like I said, in the NFC, not as interesting, not as fun. There's only one bye week, and it's all the Eagles. The only team they could lose it to is maybe the Vikings, but they have a tiebreaker against them because they beat them earlier in the season. So theoretically, they only have to win one more game, and they're the 1 seed. So it's not really fun. On the AFC side, however,
I was giving myself a little bit of a mind fuck because I was like, wait, aren't the Cowboys and Eagles in the same division? Because I thought it was like, the divisional one.
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh no, it's just that the Bucks have not been able to fucking clinch because they suck.
Yeah. So let's check out who are in contention for the number 1 seed in the AFC side. So again, Bills 11-3, Chiefs 11-3, Bengals 10-4, Ravens 9-5. So I think they're still in the conversation. However, very much unlikely. Very unlikely. So out of those 3 teams, should we even consider the Ravens?
Lamar's coming back. You never know.
Well, here's the thing: 9-5, 11-3. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. I think
you need them to lose too.
Yeah.
And I don't know their tiebreakers.
And I think the Chiefs are gonna win out. That's the thing. So they go up against the Seahawks, which is probably their toughest game left. Then against the Broncos, and then against the Raiders. So they dominate in the division.
Is there a trap game in there? They almost lost to the Texans. They played a pretty close game with the Broncos. They lost to the Bengals. I don't know. Are they getting weaker?
I think they are weaker.
They're definitely not as strong as they normally are. They just keep finding ways to win.
Which is all that matters
at the end.
So, like I said, the Chiefs have lost against the Bills and the Bengals. So that's not good for them.
It doesn't help their playoff odds, but in terms of, getting there, yeah, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty easy. They clinched.
Yeah. they're in the dance.
I like their odds.
Anything that matters, they're in the dance. So out of these 3 teams, you got to pick 1, 2, 3. I'm saying the Ravens are out of it.
I think I picked the Chiefs last week, and I think I'm gonna pick them again just because of their schedule.
Really?
Yeah, and I want to be wrong, so
you're making a pick to be wrong?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let me just see the Bills schedule here real quick. Bears, which again turns out it's not that easy, and then the Bengals and Bills play each other, and then it's the Patriots. So I think it comes down to Bills Bengals. If the Bills beat,
we know now that the Bengals have the Bills, and who else?
Let's see.
I think the Browns another game.
Yeah, and I think the Ravens. Yeah, Ravens, Patriots, Bills. So, I think
Patriots have a hard fucking schedule.
The Bengals have the hardest schedule out of these 3. So, God, the Chiefs have the easiest schedule.
Well, they are the luckiest team.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree. I think it's going to be the Chiefs. The schedule is just too easy. I don't like it.
Boo.
Boo. And the Bills and Bengals will play each other. And here's the thing. I think the Bengals can beat the Bills. However, even if they beat the Bills, the Chiefs are still 1 game up. And I think the Chiefs are going to win out. So the only team who could actually beat the Chiefs at this point is the Bills if they win out. And
It's hard.
It's a tough schedule, especially because I think they're going to lose to the Bengals. But we'll see.
I don't know.
Next, the other teams that are still there in the hunt, you got, again, Bengals sitting at number 3 with 10-4. The Titans sitting at 7-7. The Ravens.
The Titans can't win the number 1.
No, I mean for being in the playoffs, you idiot.
Well, we were talking about the number 1 seed.
No. So
Look at the thumbnail for this video.
we already discussed who's going to be the number 1 seed.
Well, then, but the other ones are still in the hunt. Technically speaking,
They're in the hunt for the playoffs.
Technically,
They're in the hunt for the playoffs.
technically,
They're in the hunt for the playoffs.
technically speaking, the Chargers could still be the number 1 seed. I think.
I mean, if they reach 11, no, because the Chiefs have the tiebreaker against them. They beat them twice.
That is unfortunate.
What are you even talking about, man?
Well, now the thumbnail doesn't make as much sense.
I thought you.
I should have put him next to Bush.
Yeah, you should have put him as Bush.
Whatever, I'm not redoing it.
You could. We haven't aired this yet.
You know what? I think the Steelers are gonna make it.
You know, wait. So you got again the Bengals at number 3 with 10-4, Titans number 4 7-7, Ravens 9-5, Chargers 8-6, Dolphins 8-6. So the interesting part is the bottom is the Titans, which I think that the Jaguars are actually gonna kick him out.
Is that your wild pick of the week?
Yeah, I think the Jaguars are gonna kick the Ravens out.
The Titans.
Yeah, the Jaguars are gonna kick the Titans out.
Okay.
And the Ravens, I think they're going to get kicked out by... Ooh, who's going to kick out the Ravens?
They got the Steelers, the Browns.
Listen, the Patriots have a shitty schedule.
It's very tough.
And the Jets go up against the Jaguars. So in order for the Jaguars to go in, they have to go through the Jets. I don't know. Like this actually... And the Jets are up against the Lions. Like the Jets have a shitty schedule.
That's pretty wild.
That's a really fucked up schedule. Ah, man. You know what? The Ravens will probably stay in. But let me see their schedule, because I don't think their schedule is very, genteel either. Falcons, Steelers, Bengals. Dude, this is tough.
I think they lose to the Bengals, and Steelers is a coin toss.
Yeah.
But they can beat the Falcons.
Okay, speaking of teams that can still come in, the Raiders are still alive, the
Colts are
Browns,
alive.
Steelers, and the Colts.
God, that division fucking stinks, doesn't it?
It's terrible. It's disgustingly bad. So, my wild pick would be that the Jaguars end up beating the Tennessee Titans and they actually end up going to the dance. That's my wild pick.
I agree. I can see that happening. Easy money.
And after doing a quick analysis here, I think the Ravens stay in. Like, I don't think they're going to stay at the number 5. I think the Chargers are going to go up. The Dolphins will probably stay at number 7. And
I think they're falling down. I don't know.
The Dolphins?
Yeah, they're in a slump. They're slumping.
Yeah, but again, look who's winning in the wins. The Jets, I think they're going to lose. The Patriots also have a very shitty schedule. So they might get lucky just because of that. Like, they could keep losing and stay in there.
How's the Dolphins schedule?
The Dolphins schedule, it didn't look great either. Let me see. Let me see.
It's the holiday season. You're just clicking stuff until you see the Dolphins.
There you go. Yeah. All right. They're up against the Packers, Patriots, Jets. So it's not as terrible as the Jets schedule, per se.
They can kill each other, yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, the Patriots' schedule just sucks. It just sucks. Let's see. The Dolphins, Bengals, Bills. That sucks. Especially because the Bills are probably going to have to be in it until the very end just to get the bye week. It just sucks.
It's a brutal one.
Now, so I think the Patriots are out of it. Jets might still be alive. I doubt it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. The Jets don't go up against the Lions. I'm an idiot. They just played the Lions. Stupid. They're up against the Jaguars, the Seahawks, and the Dolphins. So, again, not easy.
Surprisingly, a tough schedule.
Yeah, those 3 teams are actually, they're pretty difficult.
Seahawks, I'd say, is the easiest one.
Out of those 3 at this point, but except they're in Seattle, and the Seahawks play tough there.
I know, but I feel like let's see. I don't think the Seahawks are gonna make it. They're still in there.
No, they're not in the dance right now.
No, but they're in there like
in the conversation.
Right under Washington.
All right, so that's kind of it. I think. All right, if I have to say, I think the Titans are out. I think the Jaguars are in, and I think the Dolphins stay in. Dolphins and Ravens stay in there, but they'll move around. So the Chargers are probably going to go up, and I think it's going to be Chargers, Ravens, Dolphins. So it's probably going to be Chargers, Jaguars, and the Jaguars whoop the Chargers. So that's not looking good at all. And this is when the Jaguars weren't really that high yet.
Maybe it's like when the Saints lost to the Bucks.
I don't know, but they lost in LA. So imagine how they're going to do in Clowntown.
Better, they might have more fans over there.
Maybe. So this is one of those situations where actually might be better for the Chargers to lose one. You know, if they're already in, it's like, fuck it, just bench your players.
Who would they go against there?
What do you mean? It would probably be Bills, Chiefs, Bengals.
No.
Honestly,
but if the Chargers go down, they would go against the Chiefs, right? Like, let's say that it stays like this and just they go one down.
Yeah, they would go up against the Chiefs or the Bengals. So you're saying if they stay?
Oh no, wait. What are we talking about? Right now, they'd go against the Bengals.
Yeah,
because only the first team gets the number one team gets the bye.
Yeah, but I was saying that I think the Chargers are going to move up to 5.
I got you.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's better for the Chargers if they go up against the Chiefs.
To be honest, yeah.
Yeah, out of all of them, they seem like out of the top 3 dogs, the Chiefs are the weakest. So,
and they're most familiar with them.
I mean, it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a season.
They've had really close games too.
Yeah. So that's it for the AFC. Moving on to the NFC.
My wild pick is going to actually be on the NFC, which is the Saints win the division.
The Saints win the division. I think they're tied 5-9, 5-9, 5-9, and the Bucks at 6-8. Let's see their schedule. Because honestly, I thought the Saints were dead. Dead as dead can be.
Honestly, I still think they are, but I had to pick something wild.
Let's see. Where are you?
You just click on stuff.
Let's see. This is this weekend, right? No.
That's because you're on the Dolphins schedule.
Let's see. Is it this weekend? No. Buffalo Bills. Well, there you go.
Keep clicking stuff.
I'm going to find it.
This is riveting.
It's this weekend.
It was their bye week. No, you went to their bye week. Go down.
God damn it! There you go. Found it. That was really stressful. All right, so they get the Browns, the Eagles, the Panthers. Yeah, I don't think they're going to make it.
But no, they have to win their division. They don't have to, get a freaking good thing. Let's look at the Bucks.
So they got 3 games.
They can beat the Browns and they can beat the Panthers.
The Panthers, all right. Panthers have,
they're not beating the Eagles.
The Panthers have been slaying their division.
I know, but maybe they don't care at that point.
Maybe. All right, let's see how the Bucks are doing. The Bucks face the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Falcons.
The Panthers have been slaying their division.
Yeah, so they're both going to lose against the Panthers.
And the Falcons could bring one final fuck you.
And I think that they have the tiebreaker against the Saints. So they beat them once here, and they beat them twice. Yeah, it was the massive comeback. So they need to win out, basically. And still highly unlikely.
That was a wild call, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, fair enough. To me, I think, actually, I hope more than I think, that the Lions beat out the Commanders. They're 1 game behind, technically. So let me break it down.
I don't even think it's a wild call.
In the hunt, it's the Buccaneers sitting at 6-8, the New York Football Giants at 8-5-1, the Washington Commanders at 7-6-1, Seattle Seahawks 7-7, Lions 7-7, Packers at 6-8, Panthers 5-9, Saints 5-9, Atlanta 5-9. So
I hadn't noticed that Washington sucks so much that their logo is Washington. It's not even the Commanders.
Washington is stupid. So anyway, the Commanders, let's see their schedule real quick. They go up against the 49ers, Browns, Cowboys. 2 of those probably L's.
I'm going to say 49ers. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
I'm spoiling
the Cowboys.
I'm spoiling my pick for this.
I have no idea what the Cowboys are, but probably. I don't know. I don't think they make it against them. Let's see the New York Football Giants. Let me see real quick. All right.
With it. I think they got the Eagles ones.
They got the Vikings, the Colts, and the Eagles. So again, not any easier. I think equally is not, if not tougher than because I think the Eagles are more dangerous than the Cowboys.
Easy, yeah.
So yeah, tough for them. Who was the Seahawks?
That being said, the Eagles might have clinched the number 1 seed at that point.
They probably did at that point.
So
it's a divisional game. You never know.
Might be all bench.
The Seahawks, let's see. They go against the Chiefs, the Jets, and the Rams. 2 of those again, not very easy. And finally, you got the Lions. Let's see, where are you? Where are those Lions? There you go. And then you got the Lions against the Panthers, Bears, and Packers.
Very winnable.
I think that the easiest road is for the Lions.
Yeah.
Because listen, San Francisco's going to beat Washington this weekend. Like, that's just a high probability. I don't want to say a fact because this season's been wild.
I think the Lions get in there this weekend, right? Like, what's
it depends.
Listen, they beat the Panthers.
If Seahawks and Washington lose and they win, yes, they're in.
Seahawks are doing well. We should get to our picks.
All right, so let's break it down.
See the games. Let's see what we got.
First,
you didn't have to
Thursday night football. We got
a surprisingly good game.
Unexpectedly, I'm actually looking forward to this.
Yeah,
It sucks that I have plans on Thursday, but we got the New York Giants hosting Clowntown. Eric, who do you like?
Give me the circus, baby.
Circus?
I'm in with the Cats. Let's go, Clowntown.
I can't believe you said Cats. That could have been so much better.
Yeah, give me the Cats. I like this.
All right, so you're going away.
I have said the Cats are dogs, and I believe it.
This is tough because again, I just picked the Jaguars to go in. However,
we are running out of games.
Let me see what the quarterback situation is for the Jets.
It's gonna be Zach Wilson.
It's guaranteed.
Oh, but I'm like 70%.
Zach Wilson has another shot to prove he can be Jets quarterback. All right.
Zach Wilson to start versus Jaguars.
Okay, so Mike White not cleared officially as we're recording this. Yeah.
Mike White still took the best spear in all of wrestling this year.
Yeah, all right, so I agree. I'm going to go with the Jaguars on this one. If it was White, I'd go with White, but no. See?
Obviously.
God.
Based on his earlier rant.
What?
Oh, they didn't get to hear that racist rant.
Right.
Yeah.
That one. Idiot. So away one. God picked away. Let's see. Ravens versus Falcons in Baltimore. So let's see.
Battle of the Birds.
How's freaking Lamar? Damn it.
I think he's cleared. I think he's going to play.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
Yeah, I like it.
He's going to play. Peters didn't practice on Tuesday. So...
Can the return of Lamar Jackson save the Ravens' struggling offense?
So there's no...
Yeah. I'm going to say it.
All right, so you didn't practice today. Not
practicing.
practicing.
Still out to begin Falcons week.
Falcons are a lot more desperate than the Ravens at this point. Desperation is a hell of a motivator. I'm going to go with Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with this one because if Lamar was... I think Lamar's going to play, but I don't know. There's too many question marks with the Ravens right now. Just go with the Falcons.
Too many. God picks the Ravens. Next, one of the most interesting games. Panthers versus Lions.
Cat battle
In North Carolina. Eric, who do you like?
Well, what you don't know about this cat battle is that the Panthers were actually fighting a bunch of dogs. So I'm going to go with all Detroit Lions. Let's go. All
right, yeah.
MCDC town.
I've been with the Lions pretty much the entire season. I want them to do well. And the Carolina Panthers, I think that they had a moment where they were rallying, but I think that moment's done. So Sam Darnold, remember that he's not really that great. And on the other hand, Goff, he's looking good. The offense is looking red hot. The defense is starting to get their shit together.
This could be a really good movie someday.
I like the Detroit Lions. God picks the Lions.
Also, if the Lions end up winning, imagine if they win it all. We can say we were always on their side.
Imagine if the Lions beat the Chargers for the Super Bowl.
Oh, I want to feel that pain.
I want to feel it.
I'm ready for that pain.
Can you imagine both teams out there with powder blue?
Imagine Michael Badgley hits a game-winning field goal.
Michael Badgley, that's right, the honey badger. The money badger, I'm sorry.
I'm ready to feel that pain.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad.
Well, because it means the Chiefs didn't make it to the Super Bowl.
Of course, finally. But
I'm ready to feel it.
Yeah, that'd be a fun story. Next, you got the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one. They haven't looked great for the last few weeks. However, neither have the Seahawks, and it's really hard to play over there in Arrowhead. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, both teams are a bit of a... Well, it's hard to say the Chiefs have been of a stinker because they've been winning, but they've been winning. Give me the Chiefs.
Yep.
You know?
God picks the Chiefs. Next,
Let's say this one.
this is a tough one.
Is it?
We got the Saints against the Browns in Cleveland. Yeah, I didn't say it was a good game. I just said it was a tough pick. Let's see. Browns have been starting to win. Ugly. They don't move the ball as much. But
They
the
won.
defense,
They won one game against
a divisional rival.
a divisional rival in the third string quarterback.
But they're starting to win. The Saints
Technically,
also,
the truth.
also winning
On a winning streak.
on a winning streak. But after after a bye week, by the way.
Well, they do have God on their side.
Yeah, God, I'm gonna go with the Saints. I don't like either of these teams, but I think the Saints at least have.
They at least have God, which is not something that
No,
Deshaun Watson could
I was gonna say that at least they have a little bit more consistency overall,
I'd agree. Yeah.
and they can actually put up points. The Browns haven't been able to put up points.
Yeah, give me the Red Rocket.
Red Rocket.
Rocket Man.
All right.
Rocket Man.
See what God picks. Home.
You see, this doesn't feel right.
It's weird.
Well, he does have to pick against us.
That makes sense. I need to make a move too, but I don't like any of these games. Next, got the Tennessee Titans hosting the Texans. Will they break their losing streak? What do you think?
Are you gonna make a move here? Because I'm going with the titties.
You got with the titties. I'm not gonna make a move on this one. Are you fucking Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Desperate times.
Listen, the Houston Texans have not been looking terrible lately, and this is a divisional game.
Look, they almost beat the Cowboys. They almost beat the Chiefs. They went to overtime with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And this is a Titans team that just lost to the Chargers.
Yeah, but to me, the Titans have to be a lot more desperate here, and the Texans don't really have much to play for. However, the Texans have been playing wilder than the Titans.
The Texans have to play for just the lulz.
Yeah,
They can just fuck over their division. And
yeah,
honestly, that would be funny.
yeah. But still, I think the better team is the Titans. So I'm gonna go with the Titans. God picks home. God picks the Titans. Next, we got the New England Patriots against the Cincinnati Bengals.
We have the brutal fucking schedule of the Patriots. starting.
Yeah, in New England.
Foxborough.
Sucks for the Patriots, honestly, because I think they're doing pretty good. Their defense had been doing pretty good. It just sucks that their next three games kind of are like massively complicated.
Do you
Bengals
think
are.
Mackie Jones stays in it? Or do they trade him?
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on over there. I won't even pretend to try to wanna, like read Bill Belichick's mind.
I'm going to say next year, Mac Jones is playing for the Panthers.
Fair enough. I think the Bengals win this one. The Bengals are on a hot streak, and they're starting to get guys back on the field. Patriots, they're still good, but they're not. They don't feel special. Bengals feel special. So there you go.
Give me the Bengals as well. Tigers or dogs?
Away. God picks the Bengals.
You're not going to win that way, God.
Next, we got the Vikings hosting the New York Football Giants. Eric, who do you like?
On a winning streak.
On a winning streak.
That being said, I'll take the comeback kid on this one.
Mr. Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Kirk Cousins.
If they can strike that big of a comeback, they're unstoppable. Insane.
Madness.
Crazy.
I'm looking at the rest of the schedule in games that I kind of have to make a move.
Are you seeing this one?
I don't like it at all.
There's not a lot of great options.
But it's one. Yeah, it's not great at all. But I think the Giants need it more than the Vikings. Like, I already know which other game I'm gonna make a move on probably. And so
I want to make a guess.
I'm gonna go with the Giants on this one. And I don't particularly feel good about it. And I think the Giants are going in the wrong direction.
I see one game that is very much a coin flip for me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Giants just because I need to make a move.
Yeah.
God picks the Giants. Next, we got the Buffalo Bills hosting the Chicago. I'm sorry, no, going to Chicago and facing the Bears. Justin Fields and the Bears. Eric, I like the Buffalo Bills.
I enjoy watching Buffalo Bills football as well.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I got like half of my team are in fantasy are Bills, so go Buffalo this week.
Yeah. The Bears, again, they look good this week. They're starting to get their act together.
Played really good against the number 1 overall team.
Yeah, but the Bills are still overall team. A better team than the Bears. So I'm going to go with the Bills. And let's see what God thinks. Home. God picks the Bears. Next. The Washington Commanders go to San Francisco to face the 49ers. I'm not even going to ask. We all both picked the...
Yeah, we both already spoiled this one.
We both picked the 49ers because we're not retards.
Let's see.
God picks the 49ers. Big shocker there.
He's not even... Doesn't even have to...
Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this is a difficult one because we don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to play or not. The Cowboys, do they need it more than the Eagles? Not really, because the Cowboys are already in the dance, and I don't think they have a possibility of catching up to the Eagles at this point.
And none of the teams on the wild card can catch up to them, can they?
To the Cowboys?
Well, they're 10, and the other ones are at 7. And don't they have the tiebreakers for most of them?
I think so. But
Cowboys only need one more win, and they have guaranteed the number 5.
Mm-hmm. So I think this game meets more to the Cowboys than the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Whoo! All right. Yeah, give me the Eagles.
Why?
They're a better team.
All right. Even without Hurts?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Cowboys will find a way to lose.
Fair enough. God picks the Eagles. Next, we got the Raiders in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. Eric, who do you like?
Oh, this one's tougher than I expected. Do I believe in the Yinzes? Or do I believe in the criminals? I think crime wins tonight. I think they got a little bit of a rally from that crazy fucking win this week.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me the Raiders. Yeah.
You got the Raiders? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna make a move here.
It's a good move here.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers, basically because they're at home. I was really worried that you would pick the Steelers, but I think these two teams are evenly matched. They both suck equally, I think, and so I went with the home one.
The Raiders. The thing with the Raiders is that they got just a little bit more hope. Just a little bit more hope.
They both got hope. Home. All right. Next, we got the Packers in Miami facing the Dolphins. Now, this is an interesting one because, again, the Dolphins have been downhill lately, and the Packers are desperate for wins. I think this victory would mean more to the Packers. They need it more. They need it more than the Dolphins do. However,
any loss for the Packers in the route.
Yeah, so they're more desperate. The Dolphins, they still kind of can hold in there. However, it's home field advantage. Dolphins, ooh, this is a tough one. This is a very tough one. Can the Packers defense hold back the Dolphins offense? That is the question. My answer is no. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. I think that the Packers are going to be out of it after this week.
I'm going with the home team on this one. It feels like they're both... The Packers are just not that strong.
No.
On offense.
At all, whatsoever. No. So, coin flip.
Oh, Dario.
It had to happen once. It had to happen once. It was away, by the way.
No, that was home.
In my hand, it was away.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the one that counts. Next, we got the Broncos.
You're fucking over God here. It's bad karma.
The Broncos in Los Angeles facing the Rams. The Rams. Honestly, this was a really tough one, so you go first.
It is really tough, and I actually... Broncos.
Why?
Look at my face. Do I look like I know?
No, fair enough. So you go Broncos. I'm going to go with Rams.
Yeah, but let me ask you, why?
Because it's home.
All right, fair.
That's the only home field advantage. That's the only thing. Let's see the coin. Away. So, God picks the Broncos. All right.
Sure.
Listen, they have a better defense.
Look, you might catch up this week, honestly.
The Broncos have a way better defense, but I don't know. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals hosting the Buccaneers. Ooh,
okay, this one's easy.
Cardinals are dead. Bucks are still alive. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Not even because of that. Cardinals are playing at home. Give me the Bucks.
Also with a bench quarterback like Colt McCoy. So
Cardinals don't win at home, baby.
true. Facts. Home. Gotta pick the Cardinals. Finally, last but not least, the Colts host the Los Angeles Chargers.
And the biggest trap game of the week.
In Indianapolis. Eric, do I go first or do you?
Give me the Chargers.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers too, like, honestly.
Are the Colts too demoralized? You think?
It has to affect you. It has to affect your brain. Like, I'd be super demoralized.
This is also not boding well for, future teams that might hire ex-players as head coaches.
But I mean, maybe they asked him to tank.
Like with the Dolphins guy that last year?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Every Chargers game feels like a trap game now.
Yeah. Away. So even God picks the Chargers. So there you go.
The only thing I like about the Chargers is we're getting players back. Team's getting healthy at this point.
Bosa is going to be back at some point.
That's the good thing about the season being so long. It's like more time for the players to get back.
Yeah.
Because all of them got killed in like the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, actually, the Chargers, with freaking the 2 wide receivers in there that are pretty good, Williams and Keenan Allen, they started to look good.
Pretty good. We won because of Mike Williams.
Pretty much. Yeah. So, there you go. That's it. As always, comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario STW or at Super Dario World on Instagram. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to do live next week. We pre-recorded this one. Life is getting pretty crazy in a good way.
We might have to rearrange stuff for possibly having to do this online,
I don't want to do it online. 2023
There is a bitch.
The point is 2023 is looking pretty interesting in a very good way. There's going to be a lot of changes. A lot of them. We'll see how it goes. We'll let you know. We'll keep you posted. For the moment, I am planning on doing a review for Avatar 2. Actually, I might do it right now. I already got everything set up. So,
are you gonna be standing for another hour here?
No, I'm gonna sit down.
Right.
Yeah.
So you sit down for that? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. As always, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.